Hey Pat, hey Mr. McCall. Thanks for coming through. Apologies to anybody I missed. Hard to see this monitor and this blade at the same time. much coffee this morning. Now, I be caffeinated. Sometimes other people have like a nervous shake or something like that. What you can always do is use the rest of your hand to help stabilize your grip, right? So if I'm doing this, look at how my hand is shaking. I'm not doing that on purpose, it just is. I'm gonna put my pinky down, and then I'm gonna put another finger right here on this board, and then look, hit my spot, because I've got a place to rest. I can pull real easy and accurate, despite it. So all is not lost if you happen to have shaky hands. Those little scribe lines are important. You can clamp that. Okay. So I'm going to prioritize this edge first, right? I'm going to tilt my chisel to the side and ride the edge. And that way I make a nice little wall that I can work off of. And when I cut in, I'm bringing my chisel this way, away from the cut. That way I can't crack through that wall. Do the same thing the other side, tilt that way and go that way. And I'm fighting the grain a little bit, so you're very intentionally springy, putting pressure, bringing this thing back with one hand while the other making kind of a little jab forward, counteracting each other a little bit. And that one's going to take a little bit of time to get used to. Just because of how this camera's pointed right now, I'm going to have to do this lefty. But the same concept. Only this time, I am pushing with my non-dominant hand, but I'm controlling with my dominant hand, the tip of that chisel. You see my technique is completely different. Because I still want my dominant hand in control. This is no time to practice. Now the delicate part, that way it's done. Just keep working out that shoulder a little bit. can just continue what I had there. The primary thing is getting the walls done. Start it well, and then you can work in the middle. So let's coffee this way. I'm going to change my angle a little bit. Again, thank you for showing up. Anybody that's watching, I hope you get some value from it. I appreciate you. Wholeheartedly. Yep. Also, this is a safe space for your dad jokes. We do not judge. Again, I am slicing when it's biting in. Feels like I'm losing control. I start going diagonal. And I get a little bit more steering out of it. There's some variety in this wood. A lot of it is wormy, which means it's been burrowed through. So we got some weak points in it. We got to be mindful of that when we hit them, that we don't treat them like the rest of it. It'll tear out much easier. I've got a couple of holes in this one little hinge pocket. Just continuing to establish the walls. And come in from this side. This is a little bit tougher looking this way because I'm trying to maintain the same positioning and not turn the board away from you or the view away from you. But if you go slow, remember to keep cutting your shoulders. This is just an exercise in patience, but it's not particularly difficult or complicated. Some folks would build a little jig or something and run this through a router table somehow. I don't know that I would want to deny myself this part of it. There's a certain satisfaction in this, for me anyway. As soon as I clear this out right here, I'm going to take a little pause, look up and check my chat. So if you said anything or you want to say it again, I didn't read it. Pop it on the screen and I'll check you out. Could also be two people in here and I'm talking to myself. Unfortunately, the monitor doesn't give you the count. That's good. Hey, Ladybug, how you doing? Not all good, but it happens. It does happen. But we're pretty good so far. So far. Let me check and see if I missed something in the chat. I had a piece of wormwood in my old lathe last week, and when I started the lathe, the wood was gone. What? I'd be upset a little bit behind that one, maybe. All right, we're gonna go right back into the next hinge. This should be the last one. Seems like I get a little bit better. As soon as I say that, I'm probably take this thing out. Do some good practice here and go ahead and set that edge with the chisel. Fizzle. Hey, Mr. McCall, how did you like the set? How was the unboxing for you? I know you've got your own finish, so I did not put anything beyond the boiled linseed oil on them. So if you just want to wipe them clean, you can go ahead and put your finish on, and it'll probably be even nicer than what I could have done. Here, Grooves, how you doing? Welcome back. I'm kind of embarrassed to, I shouldn't have asked on the live just in case they were, well, you're polite. You wouldn't tell me they were crappy on the live stream. But I do hope they worked out. Also, how was the box? I also didn't do anything but linseed oil. Oh, no. I did put a 2K clear or 1K clear gloss on the box. I was worried that it might be a little bit more fragile. They're very nice. I really like the ebony one. Oh, good, good, cool, cool, cool. That long handle comes in handy for sure. I'm trying to send you stuff that might be useful for what you already do. So let me sit in the corner somewhere. Man, these doggone. I just had a gnat fly by me. I about lost my ish just then. It is that season now, and oh my God. I'm gonna start banning fruit from anywhere but the fridge. Because Georgia is no joke once stuff starts flying. Hey Rob, you did a live unboxing? Oh cool, I'm gonna go back and watch it. That'd be cool. I was looking out for it. I figured you would. It gave me another live yesterday. That's the cool thing about it right now. The algorithm is giving me like almost all of your live feeds, and it'll give it to me like after the fact. So pretty cool. It does that for DT Rob over there for me too. So y'all are getting pushed at the very least by the people who are joined to your channel. You know how Carrie's doing. I haven't seen Carrie in a while. Hey Jesse, how you doing? I haven't seen Flossie in ages either. Hope they're okay. I should go check their channels out. Go say hey. this edge right here. And then we'll be ready. Like SpongeBob. The more I do woodworking, the more particular I'm getting because of all the small scaly things we gotta do. Like, you really can't be off by very much on a little hinge like this. Before you get a real notable problem. So being almost done happens for quite a while sometimes. So I appreciate y'all's patience with me while I be almost done for having 2 days. That looks good. I got a little slop in that. You could call that adjustment. Got a lot of adjustment now. Turn around, boy. Loosen that up. Doop doop. Thing is, I really want to put the finish on these first. But I need this box to be together to do a couple cuts that I want to make. So I guess I am going to have to do that way. All right, let's go ahead and get some screws. Get some of these bad boys put in. See if it works. I need a screwdriver. Phillips. I just had one. I just had one this morning. Don't know where it is. Right here. Let's see these. Sometimes these will take a number 2, even though they're small. Yeah, that's a number 2. So this is going to sort of be a dry fit. Not really, but sort of. It's going to be a little bit of a nuisance too, because these screws don't want to hold on. But I'm going to work it out. That ain't exactly the center. I'm going to hand turn these these every time. This is such soft wood, I'm not going to necessarily pre-drill. I'm going to establish whether or not it's straight by the back of that thing landing in the same place in this corner and that corner. And if you need leverage to do that, you can just fold this up and lean it. Hello, Heather B. Welcome back to the chat. How the heck, guys? This might have been a good time to put a little punch on it so that you can get dead center. Because I don't want to scoop between the grain in the wood. We'll get a little recess with pressure as well. Kind of want that. Same thing on this side. I'm going to just try it right in the middle. This is the opening that I got a little bit of gap on. So I'm going to aim for the middle of it. Once I got my screw hole, I don't care about that hinge as much as long as I know it's in the right place. I start turning and establish that I'm going straight down. Becomes the priority at that point. I like these little ratchet screwdrivers. They do give you a little more bang for your buck, so to speak. I am a little bit more inside over here than I am over there. I do not know that I'm going to leave it that way though. So I'm going to put this one, I'm going to just tilt it out a little bit. And I'm going to, because I do have that gap, and I'm going to fasten down this side. Sorry, I'm trying to aim this screw a little bit. If I try to pull this screw out and put it back in right there next to itself, 1/2 millimeter away, it's not going to bite. It's just going to scoot right back over in that same hole. But now I got this one established, I can shift that over. Give myself a new. In fact, let me plug that hole. Just give myself some new opportunity. I'm just going to plug it with the shavings. You can add glue to that if you needed to, or if you just wanted to. Toothpicks, stuff like that works, but if you got the same material, use it. Just Stick it down in there. Snap it off. Ain't working. All right. Let's try it. Hey, Fetty, welcome back. If I didn't say it already. Okay. Now, let's see if we can park these next to each other, so to speak. Ooh. Rethink. We've got a thinner surface. Is that going to go through? That would have went through. That would have gone through. Crap. How the heck do we fix that? Ugh, we've already recessed, so there's no change in that. Can't put a washer on it. Most we'd be able to do is potentially shorten the screw, or let's see if we got a shorter screw in a different box. There's a box of randos. We'll check it real quick. And nope. Wait. There's some short fatties. I don't like them. Don't like them. But they are. Nope. They ain't short enough either. Yikes. I might be in trouble, y'all. I've got a more substantial box of screws over here. All right, let me see what I got. These, no. These, no. Nope. Wrong color, but maybe. Got tons of cabinet screws. I don't see many shorter than that. washer or gasket or something that shortens it, and you'll create a bigger gap. Glad I didn't just push through that thing, but I do not know how I'm going to shorten these little tiny screws that are already tiny. Oh, I see something. That might work. Let's compare. No, that's the same size. Dang it. These might literally be the smallest screws I own. Which might mean I gotta make them work, but how? How, Beavis? Is there a world in which you could epoxy the hinge in place somehow? Show Ricky some love. If you haven't checked out my channel, I'd appreciate the support. Crafts with Heather B. Check Heather B out. She's doing crafts. I don't know what the heck to do about this. Maybe super glue? That's a real doggone dilemma. I wonder if I can shorten these screws somehow. Maybe do a little pilot hole and then thread them in that way. I don't know, but I'm definitely going to need some food in my tummy before I tackle that. All right, we're in pause mode again. So to a degree. We'll think on that for a little bit. We'll put all our screws in the box. We'll need them. What we can do that is also going to take some time is put some epoxy in these holes, and that's going to take some time. So what we're going to do is go ahead and tape all of this up so that we can put the epoxy. We're going with green, and then when we get done with that, we'll sand this all off. We'll have the green holes. It'll be something. So let's go ahead and get that started. We'll do that. Put y'all up for a little while. So pretty much, you guys, as you can see, if you are blue or green in that chat, feel free, and you have a channel, feel free to share your channel link anytime you want. I don't mind. Come here and harvest. Gather memberships. Build your tribe. I do not mind. We're all family. I'm here. This should keep. We don't want any of our stuff getting in the corners, because it'll build up in corners and we'll have to work them back down. So we want to make sure our tape is nice and tight in the corners. I do not want to come sand all of that back out of there, because a lot of this epoxy is going to try to go through. There's a lot of holes. A lot of holes. I was going the wrong way. The wrong way. This is for the blue knife I just made. No, this is for the green knives, the green knife and the red multicolored knife. I got them over here behind me. I'll show them if you don't remember them or if you didn't see them ahead of time. It's no problem. But I'm definitely going to make a box for that knife too. That knife is for sale. These knives that I'm making this box for are already sizzled. Oh, yeah. YouTube is deciding what subs are valuable and which ones aren't on their own for whatever reason now. It's crazy. Oh. Ooh, my tummy. I'm gonna feed you, chill out. Thanks for that info, Fetty. Appreciate you. Dun, 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 dun. So we are going to start selling stuff. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm going to probably mention it some more so that we can improve the channel, get some cameras. We got a good lead on the camera today. And some software, some, we want to do multiple angles and all the things that the good channels are doing. Editing software, etc., etc. The inevitable capitalism of the situation. But we chipping away at it. Because ultimately, you start it for fun, and it's still fun. I still do it for fun. But you also want to have the best experience for the people who are bothering to give you the time and attention as you can. So I'm very much appreciative, especially to the folks who decided to join and have memberships. I thank you. I thank you so much. Just pinch these edges. If I had been thinking when I was doing this, I would have made sure all the edges went over the side so that when I pour this, I don't have to worry about it running out. But I'm also not going to do a complete pour. I'm more or less going to spot pour in them holes. More or lesser. So I don't want to deal with a whole lot of peeling along the side. I did make this just like a millimeter or so big around the edges, really two. So I got some square on each edge so I can just trim it if I need to. But that looks good. I think the color we decided to go with was green. These FI are the two knives that we are going to put in this box. I'm going to mix up some epoxy and some color. I think fluorescent green is going to be the way. Or what if we did a mix? What do y'all think? If I did green on one side, red on the other, and let it kind of, I don't know. Because we've got both in the handles. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to start with this fluorescent. Let me just start with the fluorescent. See how the spirit moves. And are we going to mix it in a cup? Maybe we should. Maybe we should. And do we even have a mixing cup? Maybe we don't. Maybe we gotta make one. Put these there. DIY mixing tray. Action. When you're making your own mixing tray, what you want to make sure you do is get you a nice, good painter's tape. They sure do come in handy for these kinds of things. You're going to find the place on your board that does not have the holes that you're trying to cover up. And you're going to want to put your little pad right there in that very spot. Here we go. Now that's looking fine and dandy. Again, be sure not to put it over the places you don't want. You don't want to have any boo-boos and mistakes. Stay tuned to my next video entitled, I Can't Make These Fast Enough, where you can learn how to make crap you'll never use, annoy your friends and family by giving them towel holders that don't look as good as the $2 towel holders they can buy in the store. And you can pretend like they're worth hundreds of dollars and give them as gifts. What a great friend. Doo-doo-doo. All right, now what I'm gonna do. Thanks, Heather. I'm hopping in and out of the, oops, I missed it. Hopping in and out of the chat to check you guys working on my house. Yeah. Gotta make sure them guys ain't in there West Desert and stuff to your house. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just do some little walls by pinching like that. Just a little wall to go around the make sure I don't go further than I want to go. And whatever I don't want, I'll just fold it right over. Fold it right over. That's the magic of the blue tape. And then it's back out of the way. And what I'm doing is just making a little tray I can mix with. I'm sorry, I thought y'all were following me a little closer. That's my bad. That's my bad. Yeah, that's all we're doing. Pinching a little wall. Like so. And just stick it in front of where we don't want stuff to go. It's the easiest, the peasiest, the Georgie and the wheeziest. And of course, if you had a cup, silicone cup, that'd be better than what I'm doing. If you don't, this works. Now I've got it there. Drop a color, drop a color, drop a color. Boop. Shouldn't take much. Mix it up. Get some random trash off the floor, like a true gangster. All right. Now I'm going to get a card if I got one. Little credit cards work. Business cards work. Really anything flat works pretty good. If you don't straight away have something like that and you've mixed up your epoxy like you did, you can just take some more of your tape and fold it over itself. Try to keep it somewhat straight. Pinch it, bring it down, fold it over, and just repeat that until you've got the thickness that you want to have the stiffness that you want. Here I'm going to go probably 2 more times. That's 1. That ought to pretty much give me what I need, baby. Scoop it out of there. Again, I'm just hitting the holes. Fast, fast. I'm going to swipe some in the hole, and then I'm going to just scoop the surrounding right back out. Some's going to run down. That's what you want. But this stuff is going to firm up fairly quickly. Want to make sure you got some and everything you can. Hope this turns out as cool as my imagination wants it to. Squeeze it out of there like toothpaste. And if we gotta mix some more, we just might have to. But so far, so good. Just keep rescuing it from the places that don't need it. Saturate the ones with. It's going to be drying as you go, so it's going to start to thicken up, which is not too bad. So if it's going down in those holes, as it thickens up, be able to lose less material in those holes. But as long as they are, keep sending it over. All right. It's getting firm enough now where I don't want to keep messing with it. So I don't want to destroy any integrity. It seems like it's soaking down in there good. We'll go ahead and pull this out. Don't need that anymore. Don't need this anymore. Thank Jumping Jehovah's for these gloves, because I can't stand epoxy on my skin. I know I'm a contractor, for crying out loud. I'm not allowed to be a wuss. Ooh, I missed 2 holes. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. On the trash can for this. So, 2 things. I got to figure out how to cut these screws down. Get more confidence in my mind about doing that. But I'm going to do it after lunch. I'm going to go ahead and make myself something to eat. That'll dry. That'll be ready by then. I'll put something together. Till then, y'all keep hitting like buttons. Y'all keep subscribing. And y'all keep looking at my shorts. Or you can go see past lives. Everything that you've seen on my channel at all that I've built, there's a live for it, for sure, somewhere that you can go see. All right, I'm up out of here. I'll see y'all in a bit after lunch. Peace.